back again with just conversations. That was awkward, I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm just getting ready to go hang out with some friends today because it's like almost the end of my winter break, and I know that the second I get back into school, that's all that's going to be on my mind. So I'm trying to make an effort to hang out with them. Oh, fuck me, dude. Oh god, why is it so hard to put on contacts when I don't get any fucking sleep? Like when I get like a full night's rest, like these contacts be going in so easily, but like the second I like lose like 2 hours of sleep, my eyes are telling me like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do, but there is no way. Right now it's pissing me the fuck off. Okay, one in. When I was like in Vietnam, we had to like go to this fucking I don't know, it's like a fucking banquet or whatever. And for the life of me, my contact would not go in. So I spent like an hour getting ready when I already woke up late. And so we ended up pulling up to that banquet like late as fuck. My mom was like pissed. I like made like the entire like most of my female family members like stay back after me with me because like they were like waiting for me to go like for me to like walk with them or whatever the fuck. So I was like, okay, give me a second. And like for some reason my contact was just irritating the fuck out of my eye, and I knew why. It's because I don't get enough sleep. The second I don't get enough sleep, I just know that like my day is just gonna start as shitty because my contact won't go in. So I already knew that was in the forecast for the day. But like I just not expect it to take so fucking long for like for me to get ready, because usually my makeup takes like 15 minutes tops, and like getting dressed is like I don't know, like 10 minutes tops. So I was like, okay, like this is going to be fast. Like if because I wanted to get more sleep in, I think. So I was like, okay, if I do my routine like really fast today, maybe I can, you know, um maybe I can get some extra ZZs in. And then turns out those extra ZZs costed me my routine. So we ended up pulling to that function like late as shit, but whatever. It was just like a fucking banquet. Like it wasn't even that fucking serious, but they acted like it was someone's funeral. Which I know it's like kind of disrespectful to pull up a party hell late, but these Viet people like they're just like me for real. They be pulling up to functions late as fuck and they do not give a fuck. So I don't know why they were rushing me. I think it's just the American in them, because my mom obviously is like pretty Americanized. So she was like, "No, we gotta go. We gotta make a good impression." While my grandma was like, "Just let the fucking girl do her thing." I was like, "Okay, thanks, grandma, but you don't have to do that all that for me. Like that's so sweet of you, grandma, but like you don't have to do all that for me. Like, but thank you anyways. Like it's really kind of you to stick up for me like that. But like, yeah." um. So we ended up pulling up to the function, just eating and shit, and then I think like one of the contacts fucking fell out or something. Like I don't remember. I think either I forgot to put it in or it just fell out or something. But I like realized like halfway through the function that one of my eyes, like something about my vision wasn't right. So I like tried blinking like multiple times, like multiple time, like to see if like there was like something wrong with my eyes or something wrong with the contacts. Like, cause like usually when there's something like wrong with my eyes, it's usually just like I'm like they're dry or something, you know. So I got to give it like a couple of blinks. But the more I blunk, the more I was like, holy shit! Like there is something like not right with my eyes. So I was like, okay, we'll have to figure this out somehow. Um, and then like turns out it's just like one of my fucking contacts just fucking fell out, and that shit pissed me off so fucking bad because I don't know about you guys, but I like to see like the world with like 2020 vision. And like it was pissing me off because this is one of the days where I got to go on a fucking motorbike. Like majority of the days I was in Vietnam, my dad like literally told me that I had to ride in a car, like an automobile car, like a fucking American car. Well, all I wanted to do was ride a fucking motorbike because what like when am I ever gonna get to do that again? Like if I'm not in Vietnam, like there's no one. in America that rides motorbikes for fun, unless you're like, I don't know, a fucking motorbike fanatic. But like in Vietnam, it's like their car. It's like what they travel with. So I'm like, I want to get the full experience. But my dad was like, no, you can't go. Like you can't go. It's too dangerous. Blah blah blah. This and that. Acting like I haven't fucking. I don't know. I truly have never ridden like a fucking motorbike. Um, Before that. So I don't know what I was trying to go for at that point. With that point, but I was just trying to emphasize that like I've done a lot more crazier shit than just riding a fucking motorbike, and it's like whatever, right? But this time around, my cousin was like, "You want to go for a ride? We can go into the city and shit." And I was like, I mean, I mean, if you're insisting that I go with you, then offer accepted. So I went with her, and like the city was fucking gorgeous. It was gorgeous, but my fucking left eye had nothing for me to see, bro. Like I was like literally squinting that entire night, and it was like the most horrible experience ever because like I wanted to witness the wonders around me. I wanted to witness Vietnam, but my eyes were not letting me witness Vietnam, and I was getting so fucking fumed. Like I was getting so mad, but I knew that if I forced a contact in, like I would have to redo my makeup like over again because my eyes water so badly when I put in makeup. It's not put in makeup when I like when I put in my contacts. It's insane. I don't know what it is, but you would think that after like 2 or 3 years of having contacts, I would get used to that, like, that process of putting and taking them out. But goddamn, no, I'm not. I'm still a pussy at heart. I don't know what it is, man. Yeah, but anyways, what was I talking about before this this rant? Um, oh yeah, I'm hanging out with my friend today because I know that once this semester starts, I'm going to go into like an academic spiral. I don't know why I know. I just know that I know. So yeah, it's like a habit of mine to like once school starts, like that's the only thing I can like think about, and then once school is out, I go into like this like liminal state where I really don't care about anything, and I like hibernate away for like uh, until I'm needed again, until things of responsibility are put upon me. So I like go into hibernation. But I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna try to not do that this year because I want to get a job. Quinn plus job equals. Oh my god! I know. I've been unemployed for like years now. Like I had a job briefly, and that experience just tainted me so much that I just have been anti-capitalist. But now I know I have to get that bread because I can't. I'm at the point in my life where I'm like I don't think I can rely on my parents for this long anymore. Like I like having their support, and like I'm their only kid, so it like makes sense that they're like giving me money and shit. But at the same time, I'm kind of like I kind of want to see what it's like out there, working with the big leagues. So yeah, I kind of want to get a job and shit like that this summer. So I can't really go into that hibernation again, even though I really really want to. It's like super tempting. Like it's not like I have a choice. Like usually it just happens, and like I can't really do anything to control the fact that hibernation begins. But this year, I really want to make sure that everything is going right, like beforehand, so that I don't have to feel the need to go back into hibernation again. You know, just like set myself up for success, not failure, if you get what I mean. But I don't even really know what like causes it. Like if I did, then I would stop doing it, obviously, because I don't like being in hibernation. I like hanging out with people and doing things and having fun. But like just something about summer has always been like super not good for me. I don't know what it is. Ugh. Maybe it's because like I spend most of the year like forcing myself to do stuff that I don't like, i.e., interacting with people. Like for me, if I interact with people for too long without like a mental break, bro, like I lose it. Like I literally fucking lose it. Like I need that break more than you know, and like the more I kind of like go out more, the more it's like it takes a toll on me. Like when I was in Vietnam, like I was getting overstimulated as fuck, but I was having fun. But like I was like forcing myself to have fun a little bit because I was like most of the days I was in Vietnam, I just kind of wanted to stay inside. Like that's like how antisocial I am, and like how like I guess introverted. I don't really know what the word is, but like I like force myself to go outside and like do things that like neurotypical people would do, or like people like who are not like me. Dude, why is my vision blurry? What the fuck? Oh, it's a mascara. Okay, a couple blinks got rid of that, but now my eyes are watery and I don't know why. I fear this will have negative consequences. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, I was like super, super antisocial. Not super, but like most of the days I was in Vietnam, I kind of wanted just to stay inside and like just like chill and relax and shit like that because that's kind of what a vacation is for. But like, I was literally like coerced into like going out and shit, and like it's not like I was like gunpoint to my fucking head, be like, if you don't leave this house, you will be shot dead right here, right now. It was more kind of like you probably should go out since you're in Vietnam, and I was like, okay. And like I ended up having fun, but most of the days I just kind of woke up and just kind of like I just kind of want to have like a day to myself, you know. And I never really got that when I was in Vietnam because god damn was that house packed. Like when I first came, there was like five fucking families living there, and like I had to like literally sleep in like a corner of I had to sleep under the stairwell. There's like this like little cranny under the stairwell, and I slept there for like 2 days, because there was just so many people there that there wasn't like an extra room for me. Um, so yeah, I mean, and then like as like it was like super packed because there was like a wedding, obviously. So I was like, okay, I get that. But like as like the days went on, like it just continued to be packed, and I was like, okay, this is insanity. Like, how do y'all do this? And like, we literally did not have hot water for like, I didn't use hot water for like the majority of my trip. But the second everybody left, suddenly I was blessed with warm, good water. But I wasn't even needing that warm water at that point. I was already so used to that cold fucking water that the second I used hot water, it just felt wrong. So I switched back to cold water. Um, but yeah, well, I had a lot of fun though. It's just I'm so used to like having such a mundane life where I wake up and I do the same shit every single day. It was just weird for me to wake up and like do new things every single day. Have like an adventure on the horizon, meet new people. Like I literally like unlocked like at least 60 new characters in my life that I didn't even know of, but they knew of me, which is really strange. I mean, it's not strange that they know me because my parents got big fucking mouths and we have a big family and like we're kind of well known in that area just cuz I don't know. So I don't really know why I was like so flabbergasted that like people knew me and shit, but I was. Sorry. But like they were like, "Do you remember me?" And I was like, no, I don't." And like the most tiring aspect for me was like not going out and stuff. It was like forcing like positivity, like happiness and shit like that. Like I was like using my customer service voice like so much when I was in Vietnam. It was like exhausting. Like I did not get a break, and like every time I did, it was literally with children. Like I literally had to talk to like 9-year olds for like entertainment. And like to like let myself be myself because when I was like around like other kids my age, they were obviously Vietnamese, and like they obviously don't know a lot about like American culture and like vernacular and shit like that, and obviously that's their thing, they're Vietnamese. So I was like, I obviously struggled a lot with like talking to them and shit because they were like, I understood what they were saying, but like they were shooting the shit, man. And like I could not say anything back. Like when I was at this wedding, right? I was like a bridesmaid or whatever, and we had to like sit with the groomsmen, and like goddamn, the girls were shooting the shit like crazy. It was kind of funny actually, because them girls are players. Well, anyways, like the guys were like just I don't know, like the way they were talking. I was like, the way these Vietnamese guys are, like not for moi, not for moi. I mean, American guys are also not for moi, and a lot of other guys are not for moi, but especially Viet guys, man. Well, these Viet guys, because god damn. And like I wanted to like know what the girls thought of them, but like I didn't know how to like verbalize it. I didn't know how to like say like, oh, how do y'all feel about these fucking dudes, right? Like I was like curious if like all men in Vietnam were like this. But I really didn't get an answer because I don't know, like most of the girls they were either underaged or taken, which is good for them, you know? Like they don't need a man that's from the other side of the family. Actually no, it was the groom's um it was like the groom's side. I don't know how Vietnamese weddings work, but like apparently like the bride side can only have like female representatives, like only female bridesmaids. Like can't have like groomsmen or whatever the fuck. And like the men's side, the groom side can only have like men representing them, like groomsmen. They didn't have like bridesmaids either. So I mean they weren't family, but at the same time it's like we're family now, kind of. Like the second like someone gets married, I'm kind of like I don't know, like they're kind of my family now, and I don't want to like, you know, be weird about it, but yeah, but yeah, they were like I don't know, and it was kind of weird because like it was difficult talking to them and shit, because like I was like super duper like my Vietnamese, like even though it's like ass, like it's like super like how do I say it? It's not professional. It's like when you like first learn like what like a new language for the first time, and everything is like super proper and professional and like super like not casual at all. Like it's super like you know how like foreigners like speak English, like it's super good English. Like it's like proper English. That's how I speak in Vietnamese, right? But like that's not how you speak to like other peers in Vietnam. Obviously, like you're supposed to talk like super cash, and I don't know anything super cash except for doing that, you know. So it's like shit. Like what do I say here? So I just stay quiet for most of the conversation, until one of my cousins, I think. Honestly, God, I really don't know who like what the family tree is like in my family. I just know that they're like a cousin, like a second cousin, third cousin, like whatever, right? They're like my grandpa's brother's granddaughter. I don't know, dude. But I just know they're related to me somehow, so I'm just gonna call them my cousin, even though technically they're not. I don't know. But like yeah, so I started talking to like girl cousins that were bridesmaids along with me, um, and shit, it was difficult, but goddamn, could my cousin talk? That girl got a fucking mouth on her, bro. Like if you let her talk, she can talk, and that's the best thing about her is that she can like talk for me. Like she like I can say something like super stilted, and she's like, oh, this is what she actually meant, and like it's actually what I actually meant. So you know, having her around was super nice at the wedding because I actually had a lot of fun with her around. Cause like, you know, like I got to understand a lot more about like Vietnamese, like younger Vietnamese society, rather than just learning about like just like average, just like what my parents say about Vietnam. Because the way my parents made Vietnam sound like it was like I was gonna live in a hut. Like that's what they made it. That's what they made Vietnam sound like. Like I was about to like take a shower in the fucking jungle and like fucking shit in the ground and shit like that. Like they made it sound like I was literally about to go to a third world country, which Vietnam isn't a third world country. I don't think it's, but it's not first world at all. You know, it's not first world, but it's not third world. Like world's like world territory type beat. You know, it's like it's getting there. It's getting there. So I don't consider it like poor or anything. But like the more I kind of like the more my parents kind of speak about Vietnam, the more I'm kind of like, God damn, you guys. I don't know if you guys like Vietnam or hate Vietnam at this point. Like I don't know if you guys like it there. Like the way they speak about it, like it's like they hate that bitch, and I'm like, okay. I don't understand what the what's going on here, but I'm not gonna question it too much because they lived here obviously longer than I have, and they obviously like know more about it than I do. So I'm not gonna question too much. But the time in the short time that I was there, I thought it was pretty nice. But like that's probably what a lot of tourists think when they go to like places that are new for them. Like they probably think it's nice to vacation in, but to live in, that's probably a different story. So that's where I'm gonna stand on that. But anyways, it was super nice talking to someone around my age and like having like them not treat me like a fucking child. Like even though like I speak like a child, I still think like a normal 19-year-old, you know? So and like for most of Vietnam people thought I was like in my 20s. Cuz I didn't know how to say 19. Like whenever anyone would ask how old I was, I would always say like, "Oh, I would know it, but I wouldn't know because I would get like freaked out like, oh, what if I say the wrong thing?" And I would actually end up saying the wrong thing, you know? So they would ask how old I am, and I would be like, oh, 9. I would say 9 instead of 19. And they were like, what? And so and I just said 20 because 20 is easier for me to remember. Like it's not technically a lie because I am going to turn 20 this year, so I don't know. But like in Vietnam, they don't really ask you for your age. They kind of ask more about your birth year. So I just said 03 for most of the time I was there, which is a lot more easier because it's like one of the easiest fucking numbers to remember. Um, but yeah, um, but yeah, the girls in Vietnam are fucking funny as shit, bro. I be listening to them and they be they be shooting the shit, man. They're so fucking funny. Like I wish I could be as like funny as them. Like they're so casual about everything, and like it's just so funny to like listen to them talk about just mundane shit. Because just the way like the Vietnamese dialect is like set up, it's just so funny to hear things. But yeah, I talked to that cousin for majority of the wedding, and like it was super cool and shit like that. Like it was kind of cool to see how Vietnam weddings are. I mean, it's a lot different from American weddings, obviously. But you know, I mean, I kind of prefer American weddings just because I feel like there's a lot more to do. You know, um, Vietnamese weddings they kind of like end kind of quick from what I hear. Um, like you have like the morning ceremony and stuff, and then like the actual party where like everybody pulls up because the morning ceremonies and stuff like that are like for like close family members only. But like the actual like big party is like on like the second day or whatever, and like that's when like hella people show up, and like that thing probably only lasted like I don't know like an hour or two. Um, which is kind of lame because I thought the party would go until nighttime, but it literally ended at like one in the afternoon or like two. So I was like, okay, now what the fuck are we gonna do now? And then my cousin was like, oh, you wanna go hang out with me and the girls before we have to go back to Saigon? And I was like, I mean, if you're insisting, that was my phrase. I was like, oh, if you're insisting that I go with you, then I must. I mean, there's no declining this offer. So I went with them, and it was fun as shit. We got to take pictures, and like my cousin is so fucking talented. She knows how to crochet, and like she wore like her crochet bag, and it was like the cutest thing ever. Um, and we took pictures at this like big fucking monument. Um, that was in our hometown that I didn't know about, and it was really cool. And then we went to go get drinks, and we talked in a cafe. And the one thing I really like about Vietnam is how like everything is like so social. Like when you like go out, like everybody's just like eating, talking, and drinking, and it's just like I don't know. Like I feel like in America you're just gonna go in and you eat, but in Vietnam they be eating and talking. Like I was in that cafe for like 2 to 3 hours. Like they love to like just go to a cafe and just fucking chill. Like it's just so cool. And like that's the one thing I kind of miss about Vietnam is having that like that space to just kind of like go have something to drink and talk because I feel like in like most coffee shops in America, it's kind of just meant for like silence, you know. Like I feel like a lot of people go there to like study and stuff and not really like have conversations like that. Like most of my conversations happen like inside the house. Holy shit. Anyways, so yeah, it was weird like having that, but at the same time, I really enjoyed it, and like I really like the idea. I really like the concept of like eating something and then going to like a cafe after and having your drink there instead of having the drink at the restaurant itself. I really like that because it's just kind of gives you like a I don't know like an interlude. It's I like it a lot. know if that looks good. This is concerning. But anyways, I'm pretty sure I'm not like making any sense right now because my brain is still like kind of thinking in Vietnamese right now. Like it's thinking in Vietnamese, but like I need to like start like retraining it to like refocus back into English because when I'm in America, I think in American or like English. But when I was in Vietnam, I was thinking mostly in like Vietnamese because because if I don't think in Vietnamese, then it's gonna come on American. It's gonna come on English. So I gotta reframe my thoughts. But now that I'm back here, I gotta make sure that like my like sentence structure is right and shit like that. But I don't know. I mean, I think I've been fine as of late. I don't know why I'm like stammering so much either. And if you're wondering if I got stared at, not kind of, but not really. But the thing is, like, I don't really like. I'm like the type of person that doesn't really realize that they're being stared at until like someone points it out. So maybe I did get stared at, but like most of the time, I just got asked if I was like Korean or like Japanese, or if I knew how to speak Vietnamese and stuff like that, or if I was like born here or some shit like that. Um, but that's about it. I really wasn't like quizzed on too much. I just got like a couple of stares because like my hometown is like a little. It's like it's Phu Yen or whatever the fuck. I can't remember, or Tui Hoa, whatever the fuck. I can't remember. Um, and like that's more like in the rural areas. Like my grandma's house is literally like surrounded by like farmland where they grow like rice and shit. So like it's not like Saigon, you know. Like when I went to Saigon in Nha Trang, I'm not saying that right by the way. Nha Trang, I don't know. But when I went to those two places, like I didn't get stared at like ever because there's just a lot of foreigners there and just a lot of tourists and like a lot of the younger people tend to gravitate to bigger cities like that because there's a lot of universities out there, so it's not weird. But like when you're in your hometown and stuff, like the rural areas, obviously you're gonna get stares because it's not like every day like a fucking blonde motherfucker walks in, you know. So yeah, because who the fuck wants to visit those places unless you have like relatives there, because it's kind of hard to navigate places like that if you don't know anybody around there. um so I was very fortunate to have like family there, to kind of drive me around and introduce me to the new places. But I'll be honest with you, I really like my hometown more than like when I went to like Saigon and shit. Like Saigon was cool, but like it just reminded me of like New York, and like I already went to New York, you know, and it reminded me of, like Minneapolis and those big metro cities. And like obviously it's really cool to see like it's not like New York where it's like all the structures are the same, but like it's like it has the same like vibe to it. Just crowded, traffic shit. It's loud as fuck. It smells like shit, you know. But like that was just like the extent of it. It wasn't like mind blowing. Like, but like the more I think about it, I'm like I guess I do like Saigon. It's just I prefer my hometown, just because I like the closeness of everything and just how I don't know. I just like it a lot better. I just don't know how to explain it. And I also like Nha Trang. If I'm saying that right, I really don't know if I'm saying that right. But just nothing really to do there. Like it's super pretty and like because it's like a fucking like it's not a beach. I think it's a beach. I don't know. It's like something. It has like water, so I know it's like that, but I don't know. But this really isn't much to do there except for like take pictures and shit, which I figured out really early on into the trip. I was like, oh man, I really don't get to do shit here. But I mean, it was nice to go to. So yeah, I haven't washed my hair in like 3 days, which is like I don't know. When I was in Vietnam, I had to like wash my hair like every other day because I was out and about and it's humid as shit. But like when I'm in Minnesota, I don't go outside like ever, and like I really don't do anything that's super strenuous, other than like laying in my bed and like getting up and you know doing shit. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do anything with my hair today. I don't feel like it. Or maybe I do. Let me think about it. What time is it? I mean, I do have time, but like, I just kind of want to put my hair up in a clip. That's kind of been the vibe as of late. Like, my lashes are like not staying up, and it's pissing me the fuck off. Like, I need to get a new lash curler because I was using one of my cousins, another cousin, different cousin, like thingamabobber, and god damn, that shit makes your lashes stay. Like, your shit do not move when you put that on. Like, mine, I don't know, it's super cheap, so that's probably why. But I even apply heat to it. So, like, there should be no reason why it's not working, but there it is. Where did I? Swear to God, when I come home, everything's a fucking mess. Look at this Hello Kitty clip I got. Super cute. There's a lot of Hello Kitty stuff in Vietnam, but I didn't get a lot of it because I knew I had to like bring it home, and like the last thing I wanted to do was have like too heavy of a fucking suitcase, because that's a fucking hassle I don't want to put up with. Because you have to pay extra and blah 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 travel shit. So yeah, I didn't buy too much. I just bought a little bit, just a little bit. Does that look good? Muy bueno. Okay, I am going to go get dressed now. I don't know if this rant made any sense. Probably not. I'll probably have to refilm it. But yeah, thanks for listening. Yeah.